So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 49th talk of the Rail Enthusiast Society. We started these monthly talks sometime in 2020, and I'm very pleased to inform you that we are having a 49th talk today. In the intervening period, if we had had a talk every month, we should have had 54 talks. We only missed the talks in the month of March each year, because in the month of March, we have an annual conference. So in that month, we did not have monthly talks, and we missed one recently. Anyway, I hope that we will reach, of course, we'll reach 50 next month, and I hope we reach 100 very soon. Anyway, coming to today's talk, the speaker is Mr. Rajesh Prasad, a civil engineering B.Tech followed by an M.Tech from IIT Kanpur. Rajesh Prasad retired recently as Director Operations of Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, RVNL. His career in the Indian Railways Service of Engineers and RVNL has been studied with so many accolades and awards that the list is too long. If I had to give you the entire list, probably I'd take up the entire time. But I'll name a few of the awards that he got. For example, he received a Service Medal and Certificate of Merit from the Honorable Minister of Railways in 2008-2009. He also received the Railway Minister's Award for the Best Project in Advanced Management Program 2005-2006. He has received the Lifetime Safety Leadership Honor from the Institution of Engineers India in 2024 for his immense contribution in project management with special excellence in safety. He was declared leading director in India by the Green Tech Foundation in 2023. He has also got the Lifetime Achievement Award by Metro Rail and Steel in 2023 for outstanding contribution to railway safety. With his strong business development and professional skills in procurement, engineering, feasibility studies, project engineering, and rail transportation, he has an excellent record, and I'm sure he's in a good position to tell us about the new Pamban Bridge. So over to you, Mr. Prasad.
Okay, so I'll start sharing my screen.
Your screen is coming fine. Please go ahead.
Give me 2 seconds. So, respected seniors, sirs, ladies, gentlemen, colleague officers, and first of all, sincere thanks to the RES, the Rail Enthusiast Society family, for inviting me. I would request to mute because it's getting echoed. So, sincere thanks for inviting me, and I'm feeling privileged and proud to be part of this RES. See, a detailed introduction was given by JL Singh sir. I will briefly tell about this RES. This RES is because there are many officers from railways have also joined. This Rail Enthusiast Society was formed in December 2015. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, absolutely correct. We were registered in December 2015, but we started operations in 2016.
Okay, and presently it is headed by the President Sri Vinu Mathur sir, the ex-member traffic of Ministry of Railways, and JL Singh sir is the secretary and the host of this function today, this talk today. We have got Sanjay Mukherjee sir. He is the former FC member finance, and he is heading the eastern part. So the topic on which I shall be speaking today is.
Before you continue, I would like to come in here. Anybody can become a member of the society. You don't have to be a part of the railways, either serving or retired. In fact, about 50% of our members are non-railwaymen. About 50% of our managing committee are also non-railwaymen who have no connection with the railways except that they love the railways and have a passion for the railways. For example, our vice president and our joint secretary are both non-railway persons. Please go ahead.
So, excellent, sir. So, the topic on which I shall be speaking today is what is new in New Pamban Bridge. So, this new basically stands for noteworthy, new, E for excellence, engineering, and W for wonder. So, it is a new, noteworthy, excellent engineering wonder. And on this topic, I shall be taking some time. With the permission of the chair, I shall be taking around 40 to 45 minutes. And at the end, I will take up the questions. So I will be covering the history, the challenges, the what are the new things which we have incorporated in this particular project. So So if you see the history, the Rameshwaram used to be basically once upon a time it was part of the mainland. And there was a very severe cyclone in 1480 and it got submerged and then it became an island. And Pamban Dhanuskoti line was laid between 1908 to 1914, but subsequently there was a very severe cyclone in 1964. I have got few slides on that, and after that the connectivity to Dhanuskoti is still basically it is in disuse and it is not being used. So the construction of the old bridge started in 1912. It was opened somewhere in February, sometime in February to 1914. And then we used to have a train and ferry services, combined services, multimodal, which we call in nowadays, began on the same day. And the train which used to carry from Madras to Ceylon, that is the Indo-Ceylon Express, we used to call it a boat mail. So this is the first train view, 1914. This is another view. You can see the Lord Pentland, who was the governor of Madras between 1912 to 1919 for 7 years. This is the boat mill which you can see, the Dhanuskoti station, and beautifully you can see that the track is there, and on both sides we have got the ferries, and the boat mill used to travel up to Dhanuskoti, and the passenger transshipments used to take place at Dhanuskoti. So there was a disaster in December 1964, and 124 spans, that time it was a meter gauge line, got washed out of 145. And the storm surge was more than 7.5 meter, roughly 8 meters. And the whole passenger train got washed away, killing 200 passengers. And the Dhanuskoti town got fully submerged. So there was a very serious crisis. And that particular crisis was mitigated by nobody else other than Dr. E. Sridharan, the metro man. And that time he was the divisional engineer Madurai. And using the steam cranes, the restoration work was done. The substructures was more or less intact. Only the superstructures girders were erected, rails were connected, and then finally the track got restored. And this is the picture of the first train passing over the bridge after completion of the restoration. Then it was a meter gauge, and then the government of India, Ministry of
Mr.
Railways
Prasad,
decided to have a.
one minute, please. Can you make your slides full screen?
Is it not the full screen?
No, it's not. It's coming on that half screen only.
Okay.
How to do this full
Presentation mode.
Is it now full screen?
No, it is still
No,
not
no.
full screen. I think at the bottom of that screen, you will have that full screen icon. If you click on that, it will probably become full screen.
So what you have to do is you have to unshare your screen and then only share the full screen. Today you are sharing your own screen. Instead of that, you have to share the slides. presentation only.
Just a minute, I'll do it again.
Yeah. Now when you share the presentation and not your full screen.
I do not know what is happening. I'm doing the end so. Now you are saying that I have to show it. Is it now the full screen coming?
No, I can't see anything at all.
इनसे बात कर लो इधर वो बहुत वो फील कर रही है
What is the problem? It's not, the screen is not coming. Yeah, now the full screen is coming.
Yeah, now this is much better.
Okay, just a minute.
Now click that. Yes, now we're getting a full screen.
Now you are getting the full screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So if you see this, there was a policy of Government of India and Ministry of Railway, and it was decided that we should have basically uni-gauge. So the gauge conversion was undertaken in the year 2006 and 7. That time, DC Mitra sir, whether he has joined or not, he was the principal chief engineer, and that particular line was closed for some time.
No.
Now we have got a road bridge. The foundation stone of this particular bridge was laid sometime in September 1973, 19th September 1973, and the construction commenced in 74, and it was opened for traffic after completion in October 1988. This is a very important slide, and this particular bridge, this foundation stone was laid in 2019. On the left side, you can see the picture during the foundation stone ceremony of Honorable Prime Minister, and we got it completed. More or less, the work was completed in September 2024. And there was an article in newspaper that became slightly controversial because of CRS took it otherwise, that the Pamban Bridge is getting inaugurated on 2nd of October. See, I have already retired from service, as JL Singh sir has said, and whatever I am presenting over here is non-political, and whatever I have felt it correct, that I have included in the slide. So this is a small clip of Honorable Prime Minister, who had said at one of the functions of the site where I was physically present during the foundation stone as well as during the inauguration. So what he has said,
ये ऐसी सरकार है जो शिलान्यास भी हम ही करते हैं और उद्घाटन भी हम ही करना चाहते हैं. ये ऐसी सरकार.
So what I wanted to tell is that this particular road bridge, for which the construction commenced in 1974, it got completed in 14 years, and 1 year prior to 1974, the foundation stone was laid. Whereas in this particular bridge, the foundation stone was laid in November 19, and the 2 years were lost and impacted because of the COVID. And despite of that, this particular bridge is ready for commissioning for the last 2 months. You can see the corroded bridge. On the right hand side, the surgery span, which is totally corroded, and new bridge has been constructed. And so the question is that why to build a new bridge? First of all, this particular bridge was very old. It got a lot of corrosion. A speed restriction of 10 kmph was imposed. Then it was decided that let us have the strain gauges measured all the time. IIT Madras was kept on loop. And then it was noticed that it is beyond the level of repairs. And finally, the traffic got suspended from December 22 or January 23. And it was decided that a new bridge shall be constructed in 2019. And new bridge was initially 72 point, it was decided that only the lift span will be constructed. Then later on, it was decided that the entire bridge need to be rehabilitated, reconstructed. So what is new in this? So I have got few tweets of the Honorable Railway Minister who had said that it is basically landmark project. It was a significant upgrade design for speedy safety and innovation. So he made series of tweets on this particular bridge and citing the various features of the new vertical lift span, how it is automated, how much is the air clearance, and how it has been designed for the double track, high speed train connectivity, modern design, the 100 spans, 99 spans, steel girders, and then safety measures which have been taken, and how it is getting coupled with the station development projects. And it is just not functional, it is a symbol of progress connecting people and places with modern engineering and infrastructures. So the question comes whether it is the first vertical bridge. It will be yes only. But I was senior DN coordination Sialda between 2002 to 2006, more than 4 years. And there I had found a bridge in circular railway. It has got a similar kind of lifting arrangement, but it was never used. Whatever record which was available in the bridge register after independence, it was not functional. So post independence, there is no vertical bridge in the country, and probably this is the first vertical bridge of the country. See why it is new and how it is different. So I don't know whether you know about this Baltimore incidents. This happened in the month of March 2024. There was a cargo ship named Dali, D-A-L-I, and it hit one of the piers, and the three approach spans got collapsed. And it had impacted 3 weeks of closure of the Baltimore port, and the entire port operation got affected, and there was a loss of revenue to the extent of $3 to $5 billion. And now the new bridge is being planned and constructed, and it will cost around $2 billion, and it will be ready by fall of 2028. So what had happened is that that particular ship, the name of the ship was Dali, cargo ship Dali, and the name of the particular bridge was the Francis Scott Key Bridge. And I have got a small video, interesting video. Just listen
Million
to
vehicles
this.
drive across the Betsy Ross Bridge over the Delaware River every year. And after the catastrophic collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore this morning, a similar structure, we wanted to know what safety measures are in place here.
All of our bridges have protection systems in place to prevent ships from striking.
John Hanson is the CEO of the Delaware River Port Authority. He's closely following this collapse, but he says the key difference sits in the Delaware River near the bridge support piers.
When you talk about the Betsy Ross Bridge, we have concrete dolphins that are protective against ships that will prevent a ship from striking the pier. That's what we have at the Betsy Ross Bridge.
You can see those circular structures from Drone 6. And when you look at video from Baltimore, you don't see them near the support piers, something a structural engineering professor at Drexel noticed right away.
Why were there no protection systems around the pier?
Dr. Abe Agayiri analyzes structural collapses. He was surprised that this type of bridge, known as a continuous truss bridge, completely failed.
When something is continuous, it is supposed to be able to at least hang on. What I saw was that once the pier that was supporting that span gave way, the bridge just went down. There was no hesitation.
That is something, of course, the NTSB will be looking into. And Rick, the Port Authority says all of the bridges along the Delaware River, they have the protections around those support piers.
So
We're
what
live
I-
tonight. John Paul, Channel 6, Action News. Rick?
All right, John, good to know. Thank you for that report.
So what I wanted to convey is that there was a crisis at Baltimore in USA, and based on that, there was a circular later issued from the Office Secretary, Security, Government of India about the crisis management plan, and they also mentioned about the Pamban Bridge. And this particular issue was
Million vehicles.
was addressed in the Pamban Bridge. You can see though this red and the green, this is a basically we call it a fender pile arrangement, and it is supposed to take care of the impact of the seep, and this is the protection system which was already planned and executed. This is the another view of that particular. The idea is that whenever a seep goes, the entire substructure is protected. Now, what is new? This particular road bridge, this was an article of Indian Express in this November 24 that the corrosion in the substructure was noticed. So what we had done is that we had used the stainless steel to combat corrosion, and there is only one vendor, and there was a guideline issued by Ministry of Railways, and for the first time we had used this stainless steel reinforcement. Then we had used the fiber reinforced plastics for the walkways, handrails, gangway plates, stairs, sleeper ties, cable trays, and it was reflected in one of the inspection note of the member infrastructures. And he said that RDS should study for its future use in Indian Railways. So I have got a small video of the CRS inspection, which you can see the FRP, the yellow color, and somewhere white and gray color. These are the FRP material which have been used for the purpose of pathway, handrails, gateway, stairs, cable trays, gates. So full of FRPs. So what are the new basically innovations which have been carried out? We have used stainless steel. Then we have used the 19.65 meter long steel plates to eliminate the splice joints. Normally it comes in 12 meters and then you had to have the joints. So we got the 19.65 meter long steel plates spacely rolled. Then 20 meter long rails were rolled in order to have the basically matching with the girder length. Then fully welded girders, and then we increase the rail level from the existing rail level to minimize the effect of splashing of seawater. Continuous wetting and drying are the basically main reason for the corrosion, and so that we had taken care of. Then corrosion inhibiting admixtures we used in the RCC. Then we adopted 1.5 meter dia rig machines for the piles to reduce the number of piles. And then piling gantry and the piling arrangements, we have got some pictures, I will show it to you. Then for the first time we use this PAUT, that is the phased array ultrasonic test. It is basically a different kind of scans are there. We have got the permanent record. Then surface protection scheme we followed. We used the SCADA for the safe operation of the vertical span. Then complete automation of the lifting and monitoring using the latest IGBT. Then monitoring of the critical parameters, and the entire operation can be done using a single person. Now, there were basically when the project was sanctioned, it was only for the lift span. Then subsequently it was decided that we will have diversion, small diversion. But ultimately it was decided that we will have the full diversion, otherwise aesthetically it will not look good. So now the navigational span, basically we have got three options available: bascule, vertical, lift and swing. The previous bridge was the bascule kind of bridge, and I will show you, this is a bridge of Calcutta. This is a bascule bridge which was constructed in 1966. Earlier it was a swing bridge, and this bridge is still existing in Khidirpur, and it was decided that we will have the vertical lift bridge, and this is very common in USA, and probably this is the first of its kind in Asia. So approach span, we had preferred steel girders because of the better quality control during the fabrication. easier to transport, easier to handle, easier to erect. It is a greener kind of construction. Earlier, we decided to have a 30-meter diversion, but we found a lot of live corals, and it was then shifted to 50-meter diversion. I have shown all this. So basically, this is about the details, rise, levels, and the workshop was established at a place called Sathirkudi beyond the coastal region. So this is a small concept visualization at the time of when we started the construction. Then we made this small video just to appreciate that how this bridge will look like. So it has been planned to construct with the double line substructures and superstructures only for single line, except the lift span, just to balance the loads. So this is basically a key plan. Now, if you want to know who are the agencies involved in this execution, this Ranjit, Buildcon and the ITD. The PMCs were the Barsil for the approach spans, and then we had a JV of TIPSA, Stoop and MC2 for design of substructures, superstructures of the lift span. There were 3 IITs involved in this: IIT Chennai, IIT Mumbai and IIT Guwahati. The detail is there in some of the subsequent slides. So the existing structure basically span bridge, old bridge, road bridge, the Mandapam end, you can see. Bridge is located, so you can, this is an aerial view. Now, somebody's voice is coming. Hello. So this particular work was sanctioned in February 19, contract was awarded in August 19, and the basically foundation stone was laid in November 19, and you can see that total spans is 100, 99 spans is the steel girders, 1 span 72 meter is the basically lift span. So standard of loading is 25 ton axle load. Because there is no goods traffic over here, so normally it is only passenger trains. Again, the diversion details, gradient details, curvature, and the design basis report is very important. And this loads as per the bridge rules. Wind, it is designed for basic wind speed of 35 meter per second. And the moment it is more than 35 meter per second, then the bridge is closed, the SCADA does not permit it. And pile is designed with the spring fitness based on the soil exploration, and we have made the different models for the pile design, pile cap design, and reinforcement. I have already said the cover, normally for such environment we keep 75 millimeters. Then we spacing of the eye girders we increase. Navigational span, it is fully welded wave girders. It is 535 metric ton. We used spherical bearings. I have got some slides and pictures of that. And the fabrication workshop was established. There is a place called Sathirkudi, and the entire fabrication of the approach girders, the lift span, the towers, everything was done over there. So this is again design consideration of the approach spans, and design consideration of the lift span. This is slightly technical, but I will just basically touch upon these things, that these are basically finite element modelings has been done. There is a model which is known as SAP, and if I just a minute now it has become smaller.
Has become small again.
Yes, sir.
अब फिर बड़ा कैसे होगा? How to make it big?
There is something called presentation mode, which you'll find a full screen like that icon on the left hand side. वो पेंसिल के बाजू में देखिए, पेंसिल के बाजू में देखिए.
It's okay now. It's become full screen again.
ठीक है, okay sir. Okay, so what I was talking about is the basically models, SAP and ANSYS. These are the models. We made the 3D models for the purpose of design of the critical members. And as I said, the IIT Mumbai, IIT Madras, and IIT Guwahati were part of this particular team. So the IIT Guwahati was basically for the rail joints and accuracy of the H-beam sleepers. IIT Bombay was for the girders, curves, and these were the agencies involved. And execution, we had different modes of execution for the piling activities, and how we had done the pile caps. And I have got pictures. We can that those things will be more clear when we see those pictures. So we have exclusive SCADA for the operation of the vertical lift span, and there is a technology which is known as IGBT technology, and we can monitor, and we are also implementing the health monitoring system, structural health monitoring system. So I'll also be covering on that. Now, if you see the challenges, the pile caps, you can see that how the materials are being transported, how is the boom placer is being placed, then floating batching plant, then pile rig machine, jack-up barge. So all those arrangements were required to be made, and it is as per the requirement of the site. So in approach, the first few spans, we made the boulder filling, and then we used this piling rig. But subsequently, you see this gantry, we did a lot of mechanization. The rig machine, you can see, the cranes you can see, and the pile group was basically comprising of 3 piles, and it kept on moving. So we used all kinds of mechanization and innovation for execution of the project. Even for the transportation of the reinforcement, the liners, we used to have the motorized trolley for transportation purpose. So this is the design consideration of the substructure. Now, this is a picture, you can appreciate the kind of challenges which we faced. Boom placers, you can see that everything is on the floating barges. The crane is basically installed over a floating barge, that the concrete mix plant is also there, the boom placers is there, and then the concreting is going on. So you can appreciate after seeing the picture that how this project is getting implemented, was getting implemented. So you can see that how the concrete being moved by the transit mixer mounted on the barge. So there is a concrete mixture, it has to keep on rotating all the time. Then you can see the pile cap going on, and what kind of arrangement is there to cover, and you can see and appreciate this. Then even the roof was made covered when concreting of around 1000 MQ of the pile cap was going on. So the temporary roofs were constructed. So the coal tar epoxy painting over the basically pile cap. Then challenges faced. So COVID-19, so it affected 2 years and 4 months. It was totally closed down. The work site, work site had a very narrow approach. Stainless steel reinforcement, we needed around 7,000 metric ton, and there was only one supplier who could do that. Then transportation of material was a big issue. High humidity, low dew points, it affected our fabrication work. Rough sea condition, in 1 year, 4 months used to get affected because of the rough sea condition. And high wind velocity, working in height is another problem. Then height of the tower segments and launching of lift span, on curved span, basically assembling in the approach, and then transportation, all were very, very complicated. So you can see some of the pictures in the fabrication yard, the wave flange cutting, then stiffener gusset cutting, using the CNC machines, assembling of eye girders, trial assembly, everything. You can see the pictures, the kind of quality work which has been done by the team of Chennai project implementation unit. The lift span, you can see the large number of segments were there. All were the work has to be done with a very high degree of precision. Otherwise, it will not match. So it used to be done with all kinds of precautions which are required in the fabrication. Then you can see the different kind of weldings which were undertaken, tests conducted at site, then surface preparation, then the metallizing, painting, and
And I have to first wear hearing aid if he wants to hear you. Are you wearing your hearing aid?
please close this. Please mute yourself. Okay. So these all are basically the pictures of the fabrication yard. You can see the kind of involvement of the persons who were part of the team of execution. Then lift span and tower. So total the weight was 500 plus tons was the lift span, then the towers, then the approach. Altogether, if you see the total weight was 1250. The lift span was 520 metric ton, two towers was 730 metric tons, 1250 metric tons, and the total steel which was consumed was E250 was 3175 metric ton, and E350 grade was 1460 metric ton, which is roughly around 4700 metric ton. So you can see the tower shafts, the final inspections, various kinds of testings, concrete. So these were, and we use this spot. This is the phased array ultrasonic testing. And in the beginning, I said that the scans are always available. It becomes a permanent data, and the accuracy of and detecting of the basically defects through this PAUT is more than 95 to 99%. So against the corrosion, somebody is speaking, please mute yourself. So we had eliminated the bolted splice joints, as I said, that we got the 19.65 meter long steel plates spacely rolled. Then please mute yourself, somebody is talking. We use the surface protection system consisting of the basically zinc metallizing, then zinc flake coating on the HSFG bolts. We eliminated holes in the top flange by providing welded gusset plates. Sorry, all sharp edges were basically chamfered. Superstructures, it was a fully welded girders, and all truss members were fabricated with the box sections for avoiding water stagnation, and a lot of preventive measures were taken. Now, this is another picture of mechanization of the self-propelled trolley, how these approach spans got transported. Linking of track, again we had used the mechanized method of linking the tracks. So you can see that there is a launching girder kind of arrangement, and the gantry keeps on moving, adding the tracks, transporting through the trolley, mechanized trolley. This is when the Mandapam and the track linking was completed. We can see the pier, the piles, and the piles. It is a double track arrangement and single line superstructure. Lift span, yes, we had constructed and linked both the tracks. So this is a lift span weighing around 520 metric ton. So it was the assembling of this particular lift span in the approach and then transportation to the site and lowering it was a Herculean task. So you can see that after checking everything, it started moving. Again, we had some arrangements, mechanical arrangements. We made 3 number of temporary supports. See, 72 meters, you can see that there are 3 temporary supports, and we got it launched. We had the rollers and the mechanical system, electromechanical system for moving forward. Now you can see that the lift span is moving forward. This is the old surgery span. This is the electromechanical equipments on tower top. The left side is the picture, right side the schematic view. We had a lot of trials for each and every activity. We had used after the erection. This is a picture of the electromechanical equipments. Again, the bearings. You can see the picture of the bearings, the stainless steel. This is the centering device. We have used SCADA extensively, and we have got a control room in Madurai, and with the SCADA, the lift span can be operated, and normally it takes around 5 minutes, 327 seconds. Earlier, the surgery span used to take 45 minutes. So you can imagine the kind of efficiency we have brought. So this I have already explained, that we are also providing the health monitoring system, and we have provided the SCADA for the safe operation and continuous monitoring. And in case of emergency, it has got automatic application of hydraulic brakes. So this is the lighting of the concept and visualization. This is the basically service building where the S&T control room, electrical control room, and equipments have been installed. This is the load test of the girder. I have got a picture, a small clip of the So you can see now this health monitoring system is very important, because when we are constructing a structure of this kind, then we need to have a health monitoring system. And the idea is that having a remote control computer with a user ID and password, we should be able to monitor. So what we did is that we approached the CSIR, the Structural Engineering Research Center, Chennai, and they have provided all those equipments, and it is still in it is execution stage, and by 31st March it will be fully functional. So the idea is that by sitting in Delhi office or somewhere in the division and the zonal headquarter, somebody having the user ID and password can basically have the feel about the safe operation and working of this particular bridge. So we have the monitoring tower structures, weather stations, and trigger sensors for automatic triggering, strain vibrations in the truss members. So there is a very detailed presentation only on the structural health monitoring. So the presentation, you can see that how the data is acquired and it is sent, and then how it is sent to the various users. This is the instrumentation scheme, where are the gauges, strain gauges have been provided. So the instrumentation scheme is that we have provided strain and vibrations, main truss around 30 numbers, then stringers 5 to 10 numbers. Exact numbers are not known to me. I have retired 3 months back. I have not updated this, but during the time of planning, these were the numbers. So again, about the live monitoring, then we need to have a control station, and in the control station we have got all kinds of arrangements, basically the data acquisition from all channels, and then we can see the various information related to the safe operations. So when we were executing the project, we also required to have a lot of safety, basically related to safety protocols, and this was a very normal kind of phenomena, and we had done all kinds of precautions which are normally required for construction of the bridge, and now for the purpose of operation of the bridge. So these are some of the details. I will share this presentation in the PDF form. So view of this bridge, the Mandapam end we can see. This is Pamban end we can see. We can see the temporary piers also, the cranes also. Here we have provided ROCS part equipments have been imported. Why ROCS, not the flexible typical OHE? Because of it has got a lot of wind, the maintainability, overlaps are required in the basically flexible whatever OHE we are now having. So we decided to have the ROCS, and but unfortunately, the entire bridge is not yet electrified. The electrification work has been done, but Ministry of Defense is having some issues, and they are likely to provide the permissions. And the moment the permission is permitted, the entire block section will be commissioned with the electrification. This is a view of the lift span after the lighting. You can see the tricolor lighting. Some of the special moments, the member infrastructures, visit to the site. Then once the trial etc. completed, I had met a member there in his chamber. So when it was CRS inspection, something reported in the media, which was not in a good taste. So the general manager immediately clarified that it was a kind of a routine kind of thing, and whatever issues were there that have already been addressed. So sometimes what happens is that some media gives a good coverage, some bad coverage. So I have got one coverage.
तो ये नया नवेला पुल हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं, और यहाँ हम आपको बता दें, इस पुल की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो यह पुल 72 मीटर लंबा है। यानी यह जो हिस्सा है, मतलब ये वर्टिकल लिफ्ट स्पैन जो जिस पर हम चल रहे हैं, अगर हम उसकी बात करें तो वह कहीं ना कहीं 72 मीटर लंबा है, और 72 मीटर लंबा यह हिस्सा पूरा का पूरा ऊपर उठता है, और जब इस पर ट्रेन आती है तो इसको ऊपर से नीचे लाया जाता है, यानी नीचे आ जाता है और कनेक्ट हो जाता है, कनेक्ट होकर यहां से ट्रेन निकल जाती है। तो यहां आप यह नया पुल देख सकते हैं, नया पुल का नया अंदाज हम आपको दिखाते हैं। साथ ही साथ यहाँ इस तकनीक की अगर हम बात करें तो इस तकनीक का यह देश का पहला ऐसा पुल है, और इसमें खास तरीके के स्लीपर्स हैं। अगर स्लीपर्स की बात करें तो यहाँ स्लीपर्स देखिए, ये खास मटेरियल के स्लीपर्स हैं, इनकी काफी मजबूती है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर फ्लक्चुएशन काफी ज्यादा है, गर्मियों में जबरदस्त गर्मी होती है। साथ ही साथ यहाँ एक और चीज हम आपको बता दें, जब यहाँ पर हवा का प्रवाह 58 kmph हो जाएगा, यानी 58 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटे की रफ्तार से हवाएं चल रही होंगी, तो इस पुल को बंद कर दिया जाता है। आप सोच रहे होंगे इस पुल को क्यों बंद कर दिया जाता है? क्योंकि जल डमरू मध्य का यह इलाका है, और यह इलाका कहीं ना कहीं हम कह सकते हैं मौसम के लिहाज से काफी संवेदनशील है। आप देख सकते हैं इसमें जो हिस्से ऊपर उठते हैं, ये देखिए ऊपर का हिस्सा हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं किस तरीके से इसको धीरे धीरे करके मजबूत केबल्स के जरिए ऊपर उठाया जाता है, और यह जब ऊपर उठाया जाता है तो कहीं ना कहीं काफी ताकत लगती है, बिजली के जरिए इसको ऊपर उठाया जाता है। सेंसर्स लगे हुए हैं, तो तमाम सेंसर्स का इस्तेमाल करके इस हिस्से को पूरी तरह से ऊपर उठाया जाता है, और भारत का यह अनूठा पुल कहीं ना कहीं अब पैसेंजर ट्रेनों के लिए तैयार है, जल्द ही इसको खोला जाएगा। तो इस ट्रेन के नए पुल को अगर हम देखें, जो ट्रेन के लिए जो नया पुल बनाया गया है, उस पुल की अगर हम बात करें तो भारत का यह अनूठा पुल पैसेंजर ट्रेनों की आवाजाही के लिए तैयार है, जल्द ही इसको खोल दिया जाएगा। यानी 2025 में इस पुल से जबरदस्त रफ्तार से ट्रेनें निकला करेंगी। कैमरामैन अजय तिवारी के साथ सिद्धार्थ, न्यूज स्टेशन न्यू पाम्बन। तो ये नया नवे।
So when we execute a project of this scale, project management becomes very important. And at one of the site, at one of the site of RVNL, Honorable Prime Minister had very well explained about the project management, cost overrun, time overrun, quality. So I have got a small video of around 20 seconds.
योजनाएं समय सीमा में होनी चाहिए, निर्धारित बजट में होनी चाहिए, हो सके तो समय भी बचना चाहिए, धन भी बचना चाहिए, और काम उत्तम होना चाहिए।
So he has explained in 20 seconds video about the quality, time overrun, cost overrun, and everything. So I am privileged and proud to be associated in implementation of this particular project, and I will cherish this in my life. So now we almost come to the end. So we are aware that we are in transition from Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to Viksit Bharat, and we are moving forward. We, in the sector of infrastructures, in 2014 we used to have a capex of 58,000 crores. In 2025, the budget which is coming, we are expecting it is more than 3 lakhs crores. The pace of construction has also gone up. So there is a small, basically I like this very much.
यही समय है, सही समय है, भारत का अनमोल समय है। कुछ ऐसा नहीं जो कर ना सको, कुछ ऐसा नहीं जो पा ना सको। तुम उड़ जाओ, तुम जुट जाओ, सामर्थ्य को अपने पहचानो, कर्तव्य को अपने सब जानो, यही समय है।
So what he was saying is that this is the right time and the country is moving in the right direction, and today we are trying to achieve the new heights. आज नया भारत नया लक्ष्य तय कर रहा है, नए रास्ते गढ़ रहा है, नए जोश है, नई उमंग है, नया सफर है, नई सोच है, दिशा नई है, दृष्टि नई है, संकल्प नया है, विकास नया है. Thank you very much for your precious time, and once again thank you for inviting me for this particular talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
At least for me, it was a very educative and a very good talk.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody would like to ask a question or make any comments, you are welcome, please.
Sir, my video is on, sir.
May
Hanji?
Bridge farmer member engineering. Is it okay, Mr. Jay Singh?
Sir, very good morning, sir. Very good afternoon, sir. Nice to see you, sir.
Thank you. So, Mr. Rajesh Prasad, I have known him since the year 2002 that he mentioned his presence at Sialda. I congratulate him for a great achievement through thorough planning, thorough care, and a very big feather in his head. He has been such a bright engineer and a successful implementer of things that when I was in the chair and there was some opening for some short course at IIM Ahmedabad, I chose him to be sent to that place for some management studies.
Yes.
I don't know, he has learned.
It was MDP, revenue, basically dynamic pricing and revenue management. I still cherish and I'm having that certificate, sir.
Good. Now about the bridge, what I want to say is, you have provided fenders to take care of Baltimore situation. There is a road bridge right in front. Are you aware whether they have done some similar thought they have and they will implement? Because that would be also a requirement, and being close by to your bridge, perhaps you should demand it should happen.
Sir, as far as my knowledge is there, sir, and I have seen it is not there, sir, but probably they must have now thought of this, because ultimately it is going to affect the safety after this Baltimore, sir.
Okay, another thing, the bridge, the central lift span is very crucial. Now, its design and modeling, all those things must have been done.
Sir.
But have you instrumented it to check the strains and stresses?
Sir, it was, sir, checked not once, twice, maybe around 30, 40 times, validated through SCADA, Now we are implementing the monitoring system. So everything is very, very safe. Then only it was presented before the CRS and the CRS gave authorization.
Okay. One thing which surprised me was to look at the old bridge so badly corroded, because I remember that bridge was done in the year 2008 when the meter gauge to broad gauge conversion was carried out. So such heavy corrosion so fast is a little surprise. Can you explain that
Yes, sir.
also?
The reason is the continuous wetting and drying. That is why we have increased the level. We could not increase more than 3 meters, but we had tried to increase. So what is happening there is that continuous splashing and the continuous wetting and drying, this leads to the very severe kind of corrosion in that particular bridge.
So the bridge had survived so many years earlier. These 16 years of corrosion, I find it too much.
Sir,
Anyway, I leave it at that.
this particular bridge is in disuse for the last 2 years. So what has happened that because of the nil maintenance, this has further corroded because nobody is using it, nobody is seeing it, nobody is inspecting it.
Thank you. Thank you. You may move on to the next person wanting to raise question, please. Thank you.
Sir, my name is Ravi. I am from Ramanathapuram. So, in fact, this bridge is very close to me, my heart. Okay, so I have a lot of technical questions. When you raise the bridge level by 3 feet, you might end up with Pamban station being elevated and the slope on the slope. Was there any problem on that?
See, this level of the Pamban Bridge is basically governed by the level of the Rameshwaram station, level of the Mandapam station. It is not like a road where we can suddenly raise the basically bridge height. So these two were the obligatory points. And further, we could increase the height not by 3 feet, 3 meter. The idea of 3 meter was that the continuous splashing, the previous member engineering sir just now was talking about the corrosion. So the continuous splashing or wetting and drying were taking place in the old surgery span and the bridges. And here what we had done is we had tried to increase and we could increase it to 3 meters so that the splashing can come down. Now we have noticed in last 2 years during the construction that there is hardly any splashing on the girders. So we have already taken care of that. Whatever was possible to increase the level that we have undertaken.
Sir, next question. The old bridge, the anemometer speed was 56 kmph. Now it is raised to 58. Any specific reason?
You tell me again, the old
bridge, wind speed was permitted to 56 kmph. Now it is 58. So any specific reason?
We had made a basically very detailed design basis report, and that particular design basis report we have now got it cleared also. So based on that, we have considered the various parameters depending upon the circumstances, the data, the history, and that must have been addressed in the design basis report. Readily, the reply is not available, but I can tell you that whatever speed which was possible, we have tried to incorporate in that.
The third question is, in the old bridge, a lot of cables were connecting communication from either side, control communication, block instrument communication, signals, anemometer, etc. So they used to disconnect and then open the bridge. Now, how do you manage this?
For the new bridge, we have already provided all kinds of systems, anemometers, the signal cables. Now the bridge has got a diversion. It is a more than 2 kilometer bridge, and everything has now been taken care of in the new bridge, and we don't require anything from the old bridge, whether it is a cable or the anemometer or anything else.
No, my question is different, sir. They used to disconnect, physically unplug and plug. Here, how do you handle it?
No, it has already been suppose it has already been disconnected. It has already been.
We have trailing. No, for new bridge we have trailing cables.
Okay.
Traveling cables are there, which go up and down along with the bridge.
Okay, that is what.
He is a principal executive director, electrical department. Okay. He is involved in that particular project, so he has given the answer.
Sir, and when the bridge is open, the island power will be disconnected, right? So no shunting operations would be possible.
What is the question?
when the bridge is open,
when the bridge is open, yeah,
the power will be disconnected beyond the lifting span because you're going to disconnect it. So there will be no 25 kV power beyond the bridge. So how will you do shunting operations, the train movement within the bridge with the electric locos?
At this moment, it is not with the electrified system. So what you are asking is
Future
that
they are planning to provide a 25 kV supply towards Pamban end also.
Yeah, but NHA is apparently objecting it because they want to route the cable to the bridge.
They will find a solution. They will find.
Okay.
They are trying to find a solution to provide 25 kV when bridge is in lifted condition.
Yes, Alice, have we got the no objection from the Ministry of Defense for the electrification of the block section?
No, not yet, not yet.
What is
Sir,
the
good
DLP
afternoon.
period for this project? DLP period. I am Gurnath Reddy, former Additional General Manager, Chennai Metro Rail.
Defect liability period for what we are basically doing some AMC also. We will hand over the bridge with the AMC to the Southern Railway. So the AMC we are keeping 2 years. BK Reddy, you are there?
Cost of the project?
Cost of the project is around 600 CR plus.
Good morning, sir.
So
we are the AMC is for 5 years, sir. We will be handing over the AMC to Southern Railway.
And defect liability period? Earlier it was 2
months.
years, but it was increased to 5 years based on the instruction given by the member infrastructures.
Yes.
Sir, Rajesh Prasad, sir, this is Ashok Mishra. It was really an amazing presentation, and I'm really find myself lucky to have worked under you in the beginning of my career in Indian Railways. I have a very one simple question. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
सर नॉर्मल एक जो क्रूड मेथड होता है कि जहाँ पे देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ कोरोजन वी टेक ऑल द प्रिकॉशंस व्हाटएवर पेंटिंग एंड एवरीथिंग व्हाटएवर इज देयर वी टेक इट बट इन एडिशन टू दैट व्हाट वी डू इज दैट कि हम वी एज्यूम करते हैं कि आफ्टर ऑल द स्टेप्स वी आर टेकिंग देयर विल बी कोरोजन सो अगर 100 years का लाइफ स्पैन है तो पता चला कि उसमें 20 millimeter विल बी ईटन अवे. So we give that 20 meter extra section in the beginning itself. So have you done like this, like whatever is required section we have added
for the purpose of the design,
that will be eaten away?
समझ गया, मैं आपके क्वेश्चन को समझ गया. See, for the purpose of design, what we normally do is that we take care of this corrosion part and we try to increase the durability, and accordingly at the stage of the design we do take care of this. How much reinforcement has been added, how much cover has been provided, everything is taken care of. And क्या हो गया? हाँ. Yes. BK Reddy, anything to supplement on this?
I have some comments.
Sir, BK Reddy, just a minute, sir. BK Reddy,
Yes, sir.
regarding the corrosion, we have taken a lot of measures. So now what he is asking is that in order, despite of taking all kinds of measures, there can still be corrosion. So have you taken some consideration at the design stage? I said yes. And during the design stage, we have taken care of additional reinforcement and additional things. Now you can highlight some of them.
Yes, sir. We have taken care at 2 stages. One, at the design stage, the utility ratio, that is the ratio of the permissible stress, the actual stress to permissible stress, it has been limited to 0.9, sir. As per code, we can go up to 1. So little bit of sacrificial thickness has been provided in each member, which will take care of corrosion to some extent. Number 2 is the protection system, sir, painting system, what we have adopted for protecting the structure. These 2 will take care of the structure from corrosion.
And we have provided cover which is not less than 75 millimeter.
That is for the RCC.
Epoxy coating over the RCC. So a lot of cares have been taken to prevent corrosion.
Yes, that was the question was for lift span, I think for the steel structure. As far as RCC structure is concerned, we have provided M45 grade concrete, and then we have used stainless steel reinforcement with 75 mm cover, and also we have used corrosion inhibition admixtures in the concrete, and finally provided coal tar epoxy painting on the entire concrete surface, sir.
In one of the slide, you must have noticed that. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. S.K. Srivastava, sir, ready, sir. I know all of them. I have worked with them. So many. S.K. sir also, he was the principal chief engineer when I joined Indian Railways. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Rajesh. Morning. Savalka
Very
here.
good morning, sir.
How are you? I think last week only I read in the papers that the board, after this incidents of CRS inspection of the Pamban Bridge, they have issued instructions that in case of any major innovative bridge, at the design stage itself, the CRS will have to be involved and his approval taken at various stages. So what is it specifically which could have caused this unusual step to be taken?
Sir, yeah, I do not know whether you had seen the entire presentation or not, sir. In one of the slide, I had mentioned about the media, which was highlighted. Media.
Yeah, that I have done. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, he had said that the design basis report, which is basically a document based on the designs are conducted, was approved subsequently. It was processed in the year 2020, and finally it got approved in somewhere in August or September 2000 or October 2024, just before the CRS inspection. So he was critical about this, that the design basis report should be got approved by RDSO. But sir, here I have got few submissions. I'll tell my own experience that CRS does not receive any document until unless it is required. Even for
Exactly, and therefore getting CRS involved in the design approval.
Sir, let me complete. Sir, let me complete this, sir. I'll cite one example. Suppose the minor sanction application is available with the CRS, and you are submitting the opening document. He will say no. He will not receive until unless the minor sanction is accorded, and then only he will receive. Sir, I will cite another example. This Bardhaman Cable Stayed Bridge in Eastern Railway. It is again a iconic structure which I was involved right from the concept to commissioning. So there I had to meet three CRSs. One was Mr. R.P. Yadav, you must be knowing, he is from mechanical department. Then Mr. Bajpayee sir, he is also from mechanical department. Acharya sir, I used to go and make presentations at various levels. So many a times they were not basically acknowledging and appreciating what exactly we are doing. So then what I did is that once I invited CRS PK Acharya sir, he went there and then he issued a very good inspection note also. So what I want to tell you is it will depend upon person to person, and there is nothing wrong in this particular structure. Only thing is some media projections were there which were not in good taste, but ultimately it has been taken care of, and Ministry of Railway has issued some guidelines recently that CRS should get involved. But sir, I feel sorry because they work under some different ministry. I have got a very simple solution for the problem of the Ministry of Railways, that whenever the CRSs are going on absorption, they should go on deputation so that they will come back and then they will work as per the requirement of Ministry of Railways. Otherwise, they will not listen.
Okay.
I have some observations.
Mr. Anand wanted to say something.
First, a very hearty congratulations to Mr. Rajesh Prasad for this excellent presentation. There used to be a small lifting bridge between, it was over the Tolly's Nala.
Sir,
I have never
shown in
seen
one
it
of the
in the
slides, sir.
lifted condition.
I had
And
shown
because it used to connect Garden Reach. So, but I've never seen it in the lifted condition. Secondly, this when the gauge conversion project was going on, various proposals were looked into for conversion of this bridge. There was even a proposal to have a tunnel. The tunnel proposal was flagged down because they said the whole beauty of the Pamban, it's a tourist attraction, just a thrilling ride across the sea. So they said the tunnel will not suit. Besides being extremely costly and requiring steep approaches towards which could not be accommodated at Rameshwaram. Then
Sir, your voice is not coming, sir.
No, he's not talking right now. I think he's looking at some notes.
It's hanging, sir.
He's got disconnected. His photograph is still.
There's a message from Mr. Manikandan Venkatramanan. He says that why don't we convert this entire project into a book and use it as a case study for project management?
I will share one list of the basically coffee table book kind of documents. And Pamban Bridge was also there in my mind. I just could not get it completed. But I am 100% sure that my successor and the team which were working under me, they will compile a book on this. And I have got all the documents available. And if time permits, then I can also write a book on this.
Good afternoon, Damani Pandi.
Yes,
congratulations
Mr. Good
and
afternoon.
excellent presentation and by you and well done by the team.
You were also part of the team. You were also part of the team.
True. And there is huge coordination with so many IITs, instrumentation, health monitoring. It's a unique type of work you have done. Excellent. And there are some miscommunication. Only the understanding level is different for different persons, and then the communication to the explaining to the things to the next level of people. There is some communication. Otherwise, the work is excellent in nature, and no one can do better than this.
Thank you. Being a CEO of the Southern Railway Construction, your remarks are
yeah.
We feel happy.
You have made this very nice. Thank you.
There are a very large number of excellent notings in the chat box. If I start reading them all, it'll take a long time. But anyway, it is an excellent presentation and all the comments are positive.
Sir, I have one more question.
Can I have one question, please?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I am basically right from 80s. I worked in this bridge, right from the meter gauge days to broad gauge. So I would like to ask the simple question: why the alignment was changed? Why not you would have kept the same alignment, removing session span and making this lifting span?
See,
Which should have cost.
I have understood the question. See, first of all, what had happened is that only the lift span got sanctioned.
Your voice is very low.
Yeah. Okay, just now. Okay. So initially only the lift span was sanctioned. So we approached the Southern Railway that we need to have the closure of the lift span. That time traffic was in use, basically the bridge was in use. So then the time required for changing the span only, the central span, was huge. It may be a few months, I do not recall exactly. So then the Southern Railway said, no, let us have the small temporary diversion. Then a small temporary diversion, then again inspections were done, meetings were held. And then it was decided that it will change the aesthetics, it will affect the aesthetics of the entire area. So it was decided that already the approach girders are also not in good condition. So let us have the entire bridge and the central span get basically constructed. And accordingly, subsequently, basically the approach spans were sanctioned and combined work was transferred to RVNL. Mr. B.K. Reddy, who is the Chief Project Manager Coordination, he is also there. He will supplement me. Mr. Reddy?
Yeah, I too worked with him. My question is that when the substructure has been strengthened for the broad gauge, we started running the trains on broad gauge. That was fair enough for a new bridge also. So having said that the girders were corroded, so we were replacing the girders every 5 years, every 3 years we were replacing rails right from 80s. So this is the highest corrosive prone area, second highest in the world next to Miami Beach. So what is the plan for the maintenance having laid the 20-meter rails? Later on, another 5 years down the line, we'll be having multiple joints on the bridge, which may warrant a speed restriction, bringing the 60 to 50 to 40 to 30 again. So what is the measures which we are going to implement on the maintenance aspect?
See, you are too technical, but yes, I have got answer to this. We have made a maintenance manual for this particular structure. So I do not know your background, but what we have done is that we have made a complete document, the manual for the purpose of maintenance operations, and we have imparted training to the end users. And the idea is that whatever issues related to the operation and maintenance are there, it is addressed. The manual is there, what frequency will have to do this, and what are the action which are required along with the checklist, and it gives the fair idea. And we have had a coordination meeting with the railways, and we have already handed over those documents.
Sir, what is the price distribution between the lift portion and the approach? You said 600 crore for the whole project.
I'll have to again see the
As approximate?
structure, but I had told during the presentation that the lift span was around 520 metric ton, and the two towers was around 730 metric ton. So you can calculate it is roughly 1250 metric ton of the steel used in the lift span, and the two sides the tower over the pier number 77 and 78. So you can roughly calculate the cost of the lift span and the towers. This is only the steel part. Then the electromechanical equipments, the ancillary works, there are so many things which are required to be added up.
So will the old line be dismantled?
It has to be dismantled because it is highly corroded, and it cannot be put in use, and it will take some time. I do not know what is the planning of the railways, but it has to be dismantled. It is only a matter of time.
Sir, I have another question. Good afternoon. This is Manikandan. So I was the one who was suggesting to Mr. Singh that you come up with this entire excellent initiative as a book. So first of all, congratulations on your effort and your team's effort in such a monumental achievement, and you have made our nation proud. So the idea that I have here is, if you can share whatever you can share as the maybe this PPT or something else just publicly available, I can also inform some of the other directors that I work with abroad about the achievement, the scale of achievement of your team, because I serve as a director of an organization called WattTrain. We do have a very small newsletter. Maybe I'll share it with my contacts abroad.
My contact number is 916-3344-000. Let us have
Manikandan, I will give you his contact details.
Sorry, sir?
I'll give you Mr. Rajesh's contact details. You can be in direct touch with him.
All right. Sir, and the other idea that I had is, of course, I'm not an engineer, though I'm interested in it, but I was more interested about this achievement from a management and a leadership perspective. Sir, if you or your team can also maybe enlighten me about the project management aspect of it that you covered in the PPT, as well as the how you brought together the entire team as a team effort. Maybe I can prepare a case study and share it with some of the IIMs in case they are interested, or I do development and training programs for juniors in my organization, so I can share this as a case study with them, sir.
It is a very nice idea. What I can do is you please take my contact number. You can note it down.
Yeah. No, that I'll give it to him.
So I'll
give him your contact number. You can be in direct touch.
Sure. Thanks, sir.
And the concerned person, Mr. B.K. Reddy, Mr. S.K. Srivastava, all are there in the meeting. They will also interact with you. And since I have retired, I do not know how much I will be able to help you, but I have got plenty of information available regarding this bridge and this particular project, and I can share whatever is available with me.
If I may intervene, I'm sure there are many questions and many doubts even now, but we are coming to the end of the time of our presentation. So therefore, I would like to thank Mr. Rajesh Prasad for an excellent and very, let's say, it has resulted in a lot of questions and a lot of answers that are required. Therefore, thank you very much, and I hope we see you again in the same forum again.
Yes.
And I would also like to thank the entire audience for joining in.
Thank you, sir.
In fact, I find there are a very large number of persons today who are not members of our society. You are all welcome to join the society. There is no limitation at all to who can join and who cannot join. You can be young, you can be old, you can be a railwayman, you can be a non-railwayman, you can be anything.
Thank you.
Therefore, I would request that you please just send me an email or a WhatsApp. My number you can note down. My number is 813-0111589. 813-0111589.
Okay.
JL Singh, I'm sorry, I've come in after you have finished.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask one question. All the drawings and everything and all the information, technical information, it must be available. How will it be preserved for future generations, if it will be at all, or will it get lost?
No, it will never get lost, sir. It will never get lost. सबके soft copies आजकल बन जाते हैं, scanned copies बन जाते हैं, and it is very much secured. It has after the construction, it has been handed over to railways, and whatever documents which are available will hand over further. And it has got the 5 years of the annual maintenance contracts. So we will hand over along with everything. So the documents will remain preserved. And as somebody had already said about a coffee table book or kind of a book, which we are already there in working on this, and we will definitely come out with that.
Actually, sorry, my thrust of my question was in a historical perspective, not in the operative perspective now. Because, for example, in the mechanical department, it's very difficult to find drawings of steam locomotives. I don't know where they have gone. That's what I meant. Are we going to preserve it in the Rail Museum, or what are we going to do?
I would request JL Singh, sir, to invite me for another talk, maybe 2-3 months later. And during that time, I will cite the examples of the various documents, how I have made and how I have got it preserved, and how they are available in the public domain. I will do some kind of case studies also, and then it will be also very interesting like this.
I'll be in touch with you.
Thank you
Thank you very much to everyone, the speaker and the audience.
Yeah, thank you.
We meet again next month on the third Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir, I am Venkat Chakradhar, sir. Presently, I am working.